Peace.
Peace, Islam.
Wassalamu
Peace.
alaikum.
Alaikum
Walaikum
assalam, y'all.
salam.
How y'all doing, man?
Greetings, doing great.
Wow. Peace, bro. How are you?
Yes. I am. I'm. It's good to be in the number once again.
Oh, that's what's up. All right, well, let's just hop right in then. All right, first the greeting. Islam greetings and welcome to Talk Moorish to Me, aka my brother's keeper, aka meet me at Allah. I'm Sister Zara Bay of CalifaMedia.com and thepurplepaperclip.com. And with me are Brother Abir Chanan L of 43rdbooks.com. That's 43rdbooks.com. And Brother Sarush L of madebysarush.com. This is our 8th weekly chat discussing Moorish Consortium, or the lack thereof, through the lens of Moorish science, including astrology, history, and Moorish literature. To those joining us and those who will enjoy this at a later date, again, welcome and gratitude for your interest and attention. All right. Did anybody have a passage or anything? Anybody else want to do one? If not, don't worry about it. I'll be glad to.
Say it again. I missed that.
No, I said we usually we've been doing the passages before we start to set the tone. Yeah. And I was asking if anybody had one, and if not, I got one.
Okay, I have, but okay. Next week it's on me, no doubt. I got it because I pulled it up earlier. But yeah, I got it.
That's okay.
Or later in the show,
don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's all good. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get this thing set up right. Okay. So, because we are Moors and we honor all divine prophets, I'm gonna read from the Mahabharata, which is the Hindu, one of the Hindu Vedas. All right.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. This is the passage. I think it's chapter 3. I think. It's talking about the Kali Yuga, where we currently are at the end of it, supposedly. All right. I'm not gonna read the whole thing because it's quite lengthy, but I'm gonna read the what I found the most interesting passage and the ending of it. All right. It says, and possessed of small energy and strength, without knowledge and given to avarice and folly and sinful practices, men will accept with joy the gifts made by wicked people with words of contempt. And, O son of Kunti, the kings of the earth, with hearts wedded to sin, without knowledge and also always boastful of their wisdom, will challenge one another from desire of taking one another's life. And I'm going to butcher this. Krastriyas also, toward the end of such period, will become the thorns of the earth, and filled with avarice and swelling with pride and vanity, and unable and unwilling to protect their subjects, they will take pleasure in inflicting punishments only, and attacking and repeating their attacks upon the good and the honest, and feeling no pity for the latter, even when they will cry in grief. The Krastriyas will, O Bharata, Bharata, that's in the Quran, right? Rob these of their wives and wealth, and no one will ask for a girl for the purposes of marriage, and no one will give away a girl for such purposes, but the girls will themselves choose their lords. And when the end of the Yuga comes, and the kings of the earth, with souls steeped in ignorance and discontented with what they have, will at such time rob their subjects by every means in their power. And without doubt, the whole world will be malefied. That means non-Vedic, or not practicing the rituals that keep them civil, whatever that is in their society. And when the end of the yugas come, the right hand will deceive the left, and the left the right. And men with false reputation of learning will contract truth, package sellers, and the old will betray the senselessness of the young, and the young will betray the dotage of the old. And cowards will have the reputation of bravery, and the brave will be cheerless like cowards. And towards the end of the Yuga, men will cease to trust one another. And full of avarice and folly, the whole world will have but one kind of food. And sin will increase and prosper, while virtue will fade and cease to flourish. And the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas and the Vaisyas will disappear, leaving, O king, no remnants of their orders. And all men toward the end of the Yuga will become members of one common order, without distinction of any kind. And sires will not forgive sons, and sons will not forgive sires. And when the end approaches, wives will not wait upon and serve their husbands. And at such time, men will seek those countries where wheat and barley form the staple food. And, O monarch, both men and women will become perfectly free in their behavior and will not tolerate one another's acts. Oh, Yudhishthira. Oh, Yudhishthira, the whole world will be malefied, and men will cease to gratify the gods by offerings of shridahas. And no one will listen to the words of others, and no one will be regarded as a preceptor by another. And, O ruler of men, intellectual darkness will envelop the whole earth, and the life of man will then be measured by 16 years, on attaining to which age death will ensue. And girls of 5 or 6 years of age will bring forth children, and boys of 7 or 8 years of age will become the fathers. O tiger among kings, and when the end of the Yuga will come, the wife will never be content with her husband, nor the husband with his wife. And the possessions of men will never be much, and people will falsely bear the marks of religion, and jealousy and malice will fill the world. And no one will at that time be a giver of wealth or anything else in respect to anyone else. And the inhabited regions of the earth will be afflicted with death and famine, and the highways will be filled with lustful men and women of evil repute. And at such time, the women will also entertain an aversion towards their husbands. And without doubt, all men will adopt the behavior of the Mlekas, become omnivorous without distinction, and cruel in all their acts, when the end of the Yuga will come. And, O thou foremost of the Bharatas, urged by avarice, men will at that time deceive one another when they sell and purchase. And without a knowledge of the ordinance, men will perform ceremonies and rites. Oh, wow. And without a knowledge of the ordinance, men will perform ceremonies and rites, and indeed behave as listeth them when the end of the Yuga comes. And when the end of the Yuga comes, urged by their very dispositions, men will act cruelly and speak ill of one another. And people will, without compunction, destroy trees and gardens. And men will be filled with anxiety as regards the means of living. And I'm gonna skip. This is skipping to the last paragraph in this section. And when those terrible times will be over, creation will begin anew. And men will again be created and distributed into the 4 orders, beginning with the Brahmins. And at that time, in order that men may increase, providence, according to his pleasure, will once more become propitious. And then when the sun, the moon, Vrihaspati will, with the constellation Pushya, enter the same sign, the Krita age will begin again. And the clouds will commence to shower seasonably, and the stars and stellar conjunctions will become auspicious, and the planets, duly revolving in their orbits, will become exceedingly propitious. And all around there will be prosperity and abundance and health and peace. And commissioned by time, a Brahmin of the name of Kalki will take his birth, and he will glorify Vishnu and possess great energy, great intelligence, and great prowess. And he will take his birth in a town of the name of Sambala. The name of Sambala, in an auspicious Brahmana family. And vehicles and weapons and warriors and arms and coats of mail will be at his disposal as soon as he will think of them. And he will be the King of Kings and ever victorious with the strength of virtue. And he will restore order and peace in the world crowded with creatures and contradictory in his course. And that blazing Brahmana of mighty intellect having appeared will destroy all things. And he will be the destroyer of all and will inaugurate a new Yuga. And surrounded by the Brahmanans, that Brahmana will exterminate all the Malekas wherever those low and despicable persons may take refuge. And that's from the Mahabharata, when the Kali Yuga comes.
Once again, thank you, Sister Zara. That definitely sets the tone. I mean, I'm going to
That
have
covered a
something
lot,
next
didn't
week.
it?
I'm going to have something next week, but I still will yield to you reading your part because that gets the energy started the right way, and then that's not taking away anything that I'm going to bring. Because I told I was going to bring some CM based stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, that was powerful. That was and timely, and I thank you. You know what I'm saying? You I think you more aware of trying to stumble over the words. We hear the message clear, and I appreciate it once again.
Islam, no problem. Let me pop this bubble real quick. See what this one has to say. Okay, Jewels L. Islam.
Islam. What's going on? Talk to me.
That's what's up.
What's
Yeah, I
up,
had
family?
the pleasure of having a quite spirited discussion on Islam, and Islamism this morning. Yeah, it was
You
raw.
know I was in
Yeah.
there. You know I was in there.
Yeah,
You
we
know
had
I,
to
you know
we
I
had
was
to
in there.
educate some folks.
I saw you going to work. I heard you going
Oh,
to
you
work.
saw it?
Yes, sir. I was there. I was there for a little while. It was very good to see brothers come together in peace like that. And to the young lady who was trolling, I just really
Oh, do you
I
think
was
that's
hoping
what that
she just
was?
yeah, she was just trolling. She was just trolling. She wasn't coming to build. And
Yeah,
after a minute, you could see it was just like, let me just throw something else out here. Chase my rabbits. You know what I'm saying? That's what you say
right.
back in the day, like what you do. But
I definitely got missionary vibes
like I
off that.
told you, listen, I told you nothing to play with. And I keep telling you that you are no one to
Yeah,
play
it
with.
was early too. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
You was like, I hadn't had my coffee yet.
They won't say it, but you know how it's like you can't hit women? I can.
Right.
Here,
I
let me play this
appreciate
real
it
quick.
though.
Hey, my pleasure.
Islam to the panel and all the listeners. Just want to send my love, continue the blessing, continue the experience, and continue the demonstration. As we all know, peace and love. Islam.
Islam. Thank you for the
Islam.
input. Thank you for the
Islam.
encouragement. It's definitely invigorating for real.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yep.
We got a hot one tonight. You know what I'm saying? The topic is blazing tonight.
Yeah, I want to go over that thing. It's talking about nobody gonna come for women, because that used to be a thing, right? Right? Calling. I be thinking about that stuff, right? And that's why it's like I can't do it. I just can't. Especially when it's like, well, this is the sign of the downfall. Okay, why would I actively do that? Women gonna
right,
be chasing men, not this one. I'm not gonna add to that. And yes, it makes things more difficult because women are making it easy. So, and we already
well,
had that discussion. I think that was like our first discussion.
In terms of the number 8, first of all, being infinity, build, destroy, like
Islam.
this being that eighth, you know what I'm saying, class we're on right now. That's awesome right now. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's a big thing right there. I thought that was great. I didn't know it had been 8 that fast, but in terms of
it went
of the
fast,
scripture,
huh?
right? It seems like it. It seems like it. In terms of the scripture that you just read, or the script, the holy words, however you want to say it. what part of the game do you think we're in right now? Is it the beginning of the downfall, within the downfall, or the slow resurrection from the downfall? Is
I
that clear?
think
Did I make that
it's
clear?
a soft surrender and a sneaky retreat.
Mm,
They're
mm.
they're kind of sideways giving our stuff back.
Right,
I don't know if you've noticed media lately, how much we're in like all the advertisements lately,
right,
right? I'm
right.
thinking like, oh, it's targeted, it's directed, it's targeted. No, it's not. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it looks the way it should look if
Right.
this was really Morocco. We should
Yeah.
be all over the place, and we look better and all that stuff anyway. But that's neither here nor
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
But
Yeah. Definitely.
you know, it's over because I'm just like I would love to say how or even guess how long it's gonna take, but I think my estimate would be too far out, right? Oh, it'll be like 20 years, and we're gonna be able to kick back and watch our children, grandchildren, great these and all
Yeah.
that, enjoy all our work. I don't think it's gonna take that long, just
Wow.
because of I'm gonna use Afghanistan as an example, right? That took a month, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at Spain, because this is the reversal of in my view, America or Morocco is the reversal of what happened in Andalus, right? We
Okay.
went up in there and showed them how to run a country. Well, for 700 years, it wasn't even the people we were living with that kicked us out. It was the church that got panicky. They kicked us out.
Right.
The people wanted us to stay
Right.
because the Jews, we were protecting everybody.
Right.
So now it's their turn to show who's better, right? Like with in Islam, how supposedly, I know I'm all over the place. Allah
Right.
gave Satan the earth to show him how impossible the duty of being the creator is. He's like, I'm gonna give you
Yes.
this one planet. Let's see if you can keep it from falling into chaos. Fail.
Yes.
They call it a speck in
Absolutely.
the Quran. It's a speck. You
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even keep this together. You want to be God, right?
Yes.
So it's the same thing. Okay, you see how we got your people together, and we made our little section of your land was paradise, right? And we didn't invade, we got invited in. We expanded through invitation, really, right? Because we were just improving everything everywhere we went, we improved. You can always
Right.
tell when a Muslim is in your neighborhood. You should be able to, right? So now it's their turn to show, one, where you're paying attention, and two, who deserves to be in charge. Because you've been over
Wow.
here for 200 years, your stuff is officially established. I'll even give you 1492, right? That's what 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. It's not 700 years, right?
Right.
And
Right.
it's never been at peace ever, right? What was that everybody called Moorish Spain the ornament of the world, not just the east or the west, the whole world, because everybody could go there. It was America over there. Everybody could go there and be at peace, running from basically Europeans, right? So yeah, I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
No. So you already. I mean, I
know
think
I'm somewhere near it. Yeah.
no. I think you answered it though, because you
Okay.
just made a stream of like many different thoughts that all line up together. You know what I'm saying? That was I could perceive clearly what you were saying, that that the time is closer to here than there.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Are we
Mm-hmm.
almost done?
Mm-hmm.
But everything is that's why I brought up Spain, because when it was our time to leave their land, which I guess if you want to look at it like that, even though this I'm of the opinion the whole thing is ours, but whatever, we'll say that's yours. It was our time to leave your land. And within 10 years, every Moor was out of Spain, whether they liked it or not, whether they were Moriscos or not. They were gone.
Okay, I
right?
see where you. Okay, I got you. I see.
You see what I
see
mean?
clearer.
Thank you for
Right.
showing
Right.
me
Right.
what to do, because you show people how to treat you, right? I read the story about April 1st, right? How you loaded us up on boats and set them on fire and then went and stole all our stuff. I'm not interested in doing that. I'll leave it to Allah, because I know He got better plans for you than I can ever come up with.
Yes.
And
right
it's been
now,
prophesized. You know,
Yeah.
I daily think about, what does that mean? Smell them before we see them on box cars going back to Europe. The only way that could happen is if you're cooking and you're gonna be boxes of ashes.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't plan on doing nothing to y'all, but I think about it. Like, I guess y'all gonna do it to yourselves. I don't think we're gonna have to do nothing to them. I mean, it's like, oh, I'm wondering what it's gonna be like. It's like a two-front battle going on against them. That's why I'm like, it's over. We are at the end, because my life is getting better every single day. Like, every day I feel like I'm winning. I've never felt like I was winning, even though I was achieving. I never felt like I was winning. You know, being a Moor is becoming normalized. This is my second conversation on a Moorish forum, right? And today, right? After sitting in a listening session, what's number 2? A second listening session of Moorish music with other Moors.
Right.
It's normalized. So, and my thing is, they're the antithesis. So the more we just follow our instructions and just be ourselves, which I enjoy I enjoy being a Moor. It seems to like kill people or cause them to kill themselves. Either way, you know, I ain't gonna put my hands on you. I'm not gonna actively do anything to you. I'm gonna enjoy being a Moor. You know.
I think one of the brothers said earlier. He said, I absolutely love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love it. He said, it seems like people can talk about whoever they want, whatever leader that they want to bring up, until it gets to Noble Drew Ali.
Right.
It seems like it's like you could discuss anybody, but it's something about that particular man's name. It's like, wait a minute, hold on, cut the mic off, take the lights down. You know what I'm saying? Like, nope. Immediately, like,
holy water.
You know what I'm saying? So it makes you think, like, yo, we're getting
it's not
somewhere.
Just him though. It's not just Drew Ali. It's everything he brought. I mean, you can be a 50-year-old man and identify as a 19-year-old girl. True story. Cool. He's on a poly. Have you seen it? He's on a college basketball team. Everybody supports him. You can be 27, 28-year-old baby. It's okay. You know, just let your boss know if you need a mental day. The true story. And she's got a husband that supports her. She was on some show. I see this stuff on shows, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, no problem. Everybody just accepts it. I want to be a dog. I want to be a dog. Okay, go buy you an outfit. Everybody supports you. I'm a Moor. Mental evaluation.
Say even more.
You know, so it's just like, no, be honest. Why do you have such a problem with me being over here minding my business as myself? If I was to tell you I'm a black dyke, you support that. You give me a friend. I wouldn't even have
you get a show. You get a show HBO. You get a show.
Exactly. I'd be getting all kinds of stuff. My life would be a whole lot easier, right? If I would just take off my clothes and start slobbing down some chick. No, thank you.
Here we go.
You know,
come on now, get with it. Get with it. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, you're on it. That's already. So you're on it. Like,
I mean, it's not even funny no more. It's like a magic show, right? And everything is see-through. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, just let it go. It's over.
Right. It used to be hazy.
We all just sitting here now.
Excuse me. Go ahead. I'm gonna cut you.
No, go ahead.
It used to be a time where you had to wonder what you were looking at. Now, I think the brother, I think his name is Dr. Bay or something. He was like, you could do so much research as you can, but sooner or later, you got to look like inside and
Right.
ask and look for the.
In search.
Now we have the spirit, like our intuition is starting to say, like, you know what? I'm looking right through whatever this is, and I know it's not right. And I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but this is off. And I don't
Yep.
care what the rest of the world is trying to tell me that it's okay and follow along. No, it's something not right here, and I'm not going. And I don't care to listen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going along with it, period. And I think that's the part where people are starting to well, it seems that a lot of people are waking up. I would like to see more of our people doing it instead of questioning it, but slowly but surely, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. It's hard to stop. I heard Kanye West say the other day on Drink Champ, these dudes sitting around drinking and smoke. Well, all of us are descendants from Moors, huh?
Yeah,
See what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, you coming out the mouth of people like you, be like, oh, okay, all right. So, somebody heard that. Somebody heard it, was like, wait a minute, what is a Moor? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why was this billionaire saying it? Why is this dude? Go look it up. You know what I'm saying? What does he mean? Us, the descendants. Who? Like, am I a part of that? So the light is the light is on. I think it's on. When they started talking about their relationships, excuse me for skipping around, in that
No, you
script,
good.
that was hard. That the woman would not trust her husband, and the husband won't be able to trust the woman, and girls gonna start having babies at younger ages, and guys gonna start being fathers at younger ages. That was out there, but it wasn't. I can't say it was weird because it sounds like some of the crazy stuff that we hear every day.
And that actually happened. Some girl in Mexico was 5 years old, gave birth to a baby.
That is wild.
And no, they don't know who the father was, but it's just like, well, she was 5, Yeah, I think she's still alive. I heard about that in the 80s. Yeah, and it wasn't even an old story. So all this what is that? All this dang pedophilia stuff. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Is it like an uptick, or is it just being exposed right now? Like racism has always been racism. We can just see it now,
I think that's what I was saying before. So I think it's being exposed now. Like, it's always been there, and it's like the light is shining on it now.
Right.
I think that it seemed like Pisces had everything under a shadow, underwater, in deep water.
It was delusional. It sure was.
Right. And so now all of a sudden, like, the light is like bright, and just showing like ooh, that was there. Oh, and that too, like, you know what I'm saying? Even with our own selves, like, stuff we didn't necessarily want to deal with, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, some folks gonna be in for a nasty shock because that Pisces thing you just brought up, and it's like the yugas crossing from one into another, and it's like, well, I'm guessing you talking about this us crossing into the age of Aquarius, right?
Yes.
And the thing that popped in my head was like, it's about to be a bunch of fish yanked into the freezing cold air.
Yes. Yeah.
And they ain't gonna make it.
Absolutely.
Unless they evolve into something else and learn how to swim backwards, or something, swim back into that pot. I don't know. That's what popped in my head. Like, oh snap, it's Aquarius, no mercy, frozen air. Are you kidding me? And you wet, swimming in your delusion for the last 25,000 years, something like that. That's a trip. Just holding on to that mess.
Aquarius are different, you know what I'm saying? There's some different people, and that's why Sister Rosemary Bray kept saying, yeah, that's if you're in the Leo, that's like your perfect. Stop saying that, Sister Rosemary Bray. Everyone that I met, yeah, it's hard. It's hard, maybe the reflection of what you see,
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I'm
that's what
about
I
to
see
say.
is
You gotta look and see
the
why
reflection
God
is
loves you,
hard. Like,
right?
is that really what that is? Yuck.
Deep.
That's not what it is right there. But we had a good time in her class Wednesday. I
Hey,
cannot
I was there.
remember.
I was
Yeah,
there. I
right.
will be
Well,
back
okay,
again.
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
remember what we talked about, but I know it was good. I got notes on it. It's been a long week. I've been going through this. This has been a crazy week. But anyway,
Yes, it
it was
has.
a good
Agreed.
class.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite enlightening. Um, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I had a friend of mine, if you don't mind me sharing this, I had a friend of mine wanted me to go on a radio show with him and talk about like relationships and whatnot, radio show, like an online radio show. And I told him, I said, okay, I don't mind, doing it and whatnot. And I had made a mistake. I drove my truck into the garage in my house, like this crazy stuff, just like, but anyway, it was like trying to like throw me off of what I needed to take care of on the radio. So anyway, I get on the radio, we have a good time, we share it, and he wanted me to talk about the zodiac a little bit. And I'm a baby. I've been studying it a while. I may know a lot more than people who don't study, but to those of you who know it, I'm still learning. I'm a student. I try to be a student of anything that I'm part of because I always want to be impressionable. But after I finished, the lady from the station called me and was like, I want you to come back and do a show on the Zodiac.
That's what's up.
So wait, no, wait, don't say that yet, Sister Zari. So it's a friend of mine, my wife's best friend's daughter studies, and she was on horoscopes astro seek, and she was
Mhm.
dealing with the asteroids, right? I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
what no asteroid is, right? I don't know. She was like, "Nah, I'm gonna look yours up for you." And this was about 48 hours before I went on the radio show. I said, so "I'm gonna tell you what I see." Okay, right here. Because this is in the 10th house. You're gonna be dealing. Okay, of course you're gonna be a writer, but you're gonna do something big with astrology, like teach it or something. Promise to the Most High. I can't
Hey.
write this down. I can't write this down. So when the lady said it 48 hours later, I thought it was like I'm some kind of portal or something. I can't teach this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like in my head, like I can't teach this stuff, but I can't stop it from lining up the way that it does. Kind of like you getting me on this show. Like I was trying to say, nah, I ain't really. Nah, and 8 weeks later, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Here we are. So it's something that's going on with all of us, not just
It's
small
wild.
things with me, with all of us that are special if we're paying attention to it. We're all like on this elevation plane. It's just on my plane, I'm suffering a lot on mine. Like on one end, it's a lot of suffering. On the other end, it's like it's a lot of sunshine. So I'm thankful for it. But I think as more as I think all of us are like on the incline. And that's
Mhm.
encouraging. And so I'm sorry to go so long. Excuse the personal reference, but I just had to share that because that's like a wild happening to me. But I'm thankful, and yeah, okay, I'm gonna be quiet right now.
Nah, it's funny you said incline because I was wondering, the prophecy about when the end time come, I'm gonna take all my good Moors on an apparatus on an incline, and they're gonna be able to look down and see people that they know running to and fro, right?
I do
And
remember
I've
that in
been
the
thinking,
prophecies.
like,
Yeah.
I wonder if the apparatus is this what we're doing, like
Yes.
just the
Yes.
nationality thing. Because
Yes.
I really do
Yeah.
feel like I'm just looking down on people running around with all these problems. They asking me, how do I do this? And it's like, you
Right.
making this way too complicated. Way too complicated. Just say I swear, if you just say you were more, watch what happens. Right?
Yeah.
It can't be that easy. Okay. I'm up here. You're down there. I'm riding this apparatus. You know what I mean?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have a very
So
frank
yeah,
way
thank you
of
for
saying it.
reminding me of
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So yeah. See, we building off each other, right?
you I love you have a very frank way of saying it. It's like it's right in your face. It's not I'm not playing, you're not trying to put no sugar on it. Listen, I'm giving you to you, this is what it is. Like you need to
Hey,
get
we
with
got
it.
time
You
for
need
that,
and we
right?
need that. Sisters are we need that. We need
Facts.
that. You know what I'm saying? We need that. Bless your soul. We need that because your brother's
That's
gonna try to
that's why I
put
show up.
yeah.
Y'all
Right,
like
Saru,
abuse,
you
huh?
feel me? You feel me? You know, like
The real. The real.
she goes hard, yo. Like
Oh yeah, Sarush, your mom was in the chat this morning. I mean,
Yeah,
I
she
don't know
word,
what
was.
she did. Everybody just got hush for a
word,
minute. It's like
I
the
ain't hear it.
whole energy changed. Like, what just happened? You know,
word.
everybody
Wow.
like just took a position of humility and just let her speak, and it was worth it. Yeah, I was like,
What's
oh,
your
okay,
mom's
that
name,
explains a
Saru?
lot.
She's Alma.
I did hear her. Okay, I did hear her.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. She was awesome. Yeah,
yeah.
she was
She kept
awesome.
thanking you.
Gratitude.
Like, see, are you kidding me? You have
Yeah,
a mother who's like, you're grown, right? So she's
yeah,
not even a mother, a matriarch, right?
yeah,
To now listen to your children. Oh,
yeah,
oh, I mean,
She's
what? I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
you
And the
can't
aesthetic
argue with
with
her. You
right.
know,
Come on with it.
can she go talk to my mother? You know,
Come
for
on with
real.
it. Come on.
Cause
Come
she
on.
know
And
my
then
mother ain't gonna listen to me. She might listen to her though. That kind of thing.
yeah,
That
right.
was dope. It's like
And
a
then,
person like,
Gratitude.
yeah, these people over here, okay. Well, I guess you could be trusted because you're my contemporary.
right.
I was just like, this is what is going on today? No, what's going on these last few months? You know.
Listen, Sister Zara, the aesthetic of her voice and yours. I'm saying like from listening from a musical point, like a tonation. The way you spoke to the way she spoke was like a
Yeah.
yin and a yang.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know. I
beautiful.
heard that too.
It was yeah, it was
Like,
beautiful. You know what
smooth.
I'm saying? It was what I'm telling you. It was beautiful. And we shut up. And when wisdom starts to speak, you shut up and you listen. You know what I'm saying? You humble yourself. And that's the type of respect that every brother wants to be around. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? We honor ourselves in honoring y'all. So now I'm very happy to be here. As I
No,
always
that
say.
was dope. I'm like, man, can she come back? Like, cause
Yeah,
the
I've been.
energy was it was just very interesting. And I'm like, if some other sisters had seen the reaction she got from being who she was, that might be kind of
Right.
attractive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right. Right.
Like, I'm sorry, your mom could be bait, really. For real. For real. Because I don't
that's
know what
that's
that was.
that's the
It got my
encouragement.
attention.
You know, that's the encouragement is to bring the mothers together. Because like one of the last things we were talking about how like there's like so many like Moorish men and so many like not like on it women, and I was saying to my mom like, yo, like I bet if you told people whatever it is that you have to tell them, because it's a journey for everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't bring this information to my mom. I knew what I wanted. I knew my goals, you know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, like it's like, yeah, like I hear a lot of people say, oh yeah, don't bring it to your parents, but I'm like, nah, I go the other way with that. And,
Mm,
you know, I'm glad I
Good
did.
thing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Cause
mean, that's
you
a
know,
testimony. You lived your whole life one way, and this was powerful enough, because there's a saying, once whoever, you know how they say, oh, give me the child till he's 7 and I'll give you the man. They have a similar saying about once you hit 40, that's who you pretty much are, unless something dramatic happens, right? Like really life altering. So for a mother, I mean, I'm not saying she's stuck or anything like that, because, you know, people, hopefully they're constant, they remain, you know, perpetual students. But to be like, no, I'm gonna change to this, because it's worth changing to. Man, that's some PR right there, for real. You know, that's really cool. You know, because she could have been like, all right, I'll wear a turban and just kept it rolling, but nah, it sounded like she's doing way more than just wearing a turban. For real.
Yeah, we've been working.
I don't know what you're doing, but good job.
when you read that piece, it made me think about something I was reading today. The Sibyls, the first prophetess of Mami Wata. I only got up to like the 5th page of the foreword, and I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, I had, you know, hear, you know, different people, your grand sheet, you know what I'm saying, Cujo, all women need to read this book, and I got it for her. And I didn't even read it. I just got it for her and gave it to her. Here, read this. You know, she ran through it. And then I asked her like last week, yo, let me borrow that book. And then I started reading it. And I was like, yo. Like,
boy, the power of knowledge, right? Real.
Yo,
like,
just let me tell you about yourself.
Yeah, like, what?
For real. Right?
How
and
you
then you
argue
try to
with
start
this?
testing some of those theories out, and it's like, oh, this ain't a theory.
Right. And I was just like, all right, like, you know, it's a book, you know, for the people, women, but I think, you know, naturally men should read it too, you know, because it puts things in a perspective, you know, for us looking at like, okay, like uplift fallen humanity or whatever, you know what I mean? And then it's like, yo, you know, if I could read one piece, just one paragraph from this page.
Take your time, please.
Oh yeah, go for it.
It says, for centuries, the Grecian islands at Delos, Dodona, Delphi, and the Temple of Mami in ancient Libya were the ecclesiastical and moral hub of religious, social, and international political activity. It was under the theocratic governance of the Sibyls as queen mothers that African matriarchal culture reached its golden age of achievement in medicine, religion, astronomy, philosophy, law, architecture, music, art, and social sophistication. Like, how do you argue a history like that? You know what I mean? It's
Look what
impossible.
you did.
And then you just like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I think getting my mom to read something like that was definitely powerful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dude, that paragraph was powerful. I see why he's still on the forward.
Right?
Real.
I got stuck right
I'm
there.
have to get that. Yeah.
But
Why doesn't the respect translate to the streets when it's time to date? Why doesn't it?
You said why doesn't respect do what?
Why doesn't it translate to the streets, to the dating world, to like where we, you know, when I posed a question last week, like who has the roughest or most difficult time in the dating world, like, you know, men or women? And we have so much respect here, somehow it doesn't translate, it seems, or transfer when it's time for us to date. It seems like it goes back to a cat and mouse game rather than a journey of respect. Does that make sense? Am I making
It
any
does
sense?
make sense. It does make sense. It sounds like some folks who don't have no rules. you know, for real. It's like it seems primitive rather than civilized,
Right.
right? When I think primitive, it's like you're just operating off of instinct. And then with humans, it's a little different because it's instinct mixed with their own distinct experience too,
Right.
right?
Yes.
But when you're civilized, you have civics. Civics come with ordinances, acts, there's statutes,
Right.
rules, just like for everything else. Like instead of it having being some bumbling thing, it's supposed to be a dance, right? And dances have steps, right?
Mm.
So I'm wondering if it's just because I'm just like, okay, the problems we seem to have, nobody else seems to have them unless they hanging around with us and trying to act like us, right? Or I should say black people. You know what I mean?
That
Because
hurt.
now there's
Yes,
a
it's the
saying
truth.
out there, right?
It's the
I'm just
truth.
like,
Right.
okay, everybody blaming the quote unquote black woman for the whole all the children being born out of wedlock thing, right? But now there's a saying floating around in like every community. Once you go black, you become a baby mama, right?
What?
Whoa.
I,
What?
I'm like, hey, I guess it wasn't us. We're not the ones that came up with that because we up in here with you. So we couldn't have come up with that. These are women outside of our community saying this about y'all, right? So again, European women, you don't really see them walking around without a guy unless they got a little mixed baby with them. I'm going to say that is because you either didn't have what your people usually have, because they have this thing about getting married. They really do, right? They know what it is. They know that's the first level of getting your nation in order, is to get that house in order, right? So instead of emulating what your people, I mean, y'all got freaking bridal magazines. We don't have nothing like that. You came and started hanging out with us because we're so cool. We so much fun. And you picked up, I'm not going to say us. You hung out with black folks who don't know what they doing. And they're all on survival mode. They're acting like animals because they don't have any, no code, no mores, which is funny, that word, mores.
They don't know the principles.
Nothing. I mean, have something, just something, right? How that chick was talking about Islam. I'm like, well, it's something. And it was some guy was talking about that this week, or I heard it online somewhere. And he said he's a Christian, but if it wasn't for where he lived, he would prefer to be a Muslim because they're intolerant. I'm like, ooh, I like that word. And he was like, it's intolerant that's really useful these days, because when you're tolerant, you end up with gay pastors, even though your book says you can't have that.
Right.
Muslims, they not playing. Look, they even dress the way their prophets dressed. They that serious, right?
Yeah.
So Islam is like, well, even if you're doing even al-Islam, not our Islam, you got a code. You have a code. You have some rules that both of y'all are operating off of, right?
It should
And
be a
based on those
squeeze.
rules, if you should even deal with this person or not.
Absolutely. It should be a squeeze. If anything else, it should be a squeeze, meaning that, like, almost like a funnel. Like, okay, you can start on the road and it looks like it's real wide, but as you keep moving
Right.
towards, it should start to like squeeze you and start to make you drop stuff off. Like, no, I can't take that with me, and I can't take that with me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it should squeeze you into becoming something, greater than self. But I like how you use the civics should be a part of it, because it seems like because I really feel, I hate saying that, because I like to move through thought, not feelings, that there
How
are
about
more.
sense? That's like a mixture of feeling and thought.
Okay.
I sense.
Follow me now. Follow me now. Follow me, Zar. Follow me now.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
the natural you. There is a mystery and a cat and mouse, two relationships. There's somebody to be sought and somebody to be sought after. And
Okay.
there's a mystery in the. I'm a sucker for romantic comedies. You don't know whether they're finally going to end up at the end. Some of the greatest of our generation was Love and Basketball, Love Jones. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't know like what was going to happen to this couple, like were they finally going to get? And there was a mystery there. You see what I'm saying? And hoops that they had to jump through and stuff they had to get around. And at the end, you go, ah. And so when people
Mm-hmm.
start to date, people look for that mystery. Like they look for some type of like does it don't you want it to be more? You can say yes or no than me walking up and saying, I like you. And you know what I'm saying? Let's do this.
Well,
Okay, I like you too, and you know what I'm
that's what's
saying?
going on right now. That's what people are doing right now, and that's all they need. Oh, that's enough. Let's go.
So you do you need the mysterious part of it, the cat and
You
mouse
can
of
have
it?
mystery inside of bounds. Oh, yes, you can. Let me give you a for instance. You
Okay.
said you watch Love and Basketball and all that stuff, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, I read this book called Love in a Headscarf, right?
Mm.
It's a true story about this Muslima finding her husband, right? I just ruined the end
Mm.
of it. But great book, by the way. I recommend it. Love in a Headscarf, right? Um,
Right.
so I think she was Pakistani. I want to say Pakistani. And she lives in England, right? So her parents, I think, were like transplants or whatever. And so they're like traditional, whatever. And then she was born there. So she's a little more lax, but she's still a good Muslim, right? She's been growing up in the same community, same mosque her entire life, right? And all the aunties, i.e., the older women, are always in each other's business and always in the children's business trying to get everybody married because you know how the Hindus, okay, Indians, Pakistanis, all Hindus, right? And
Right.
marriage is like their thing. I give it up to them. It's like that's their thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So they always about that, right? And so she just knew, okay, by the time I hit this certain age, I know I'm gonna have to start making all these dang samosas and making sure we got this ready because my auntie's gonna be bringing all these suitors over from the mosque, right?
Mm.
I don't know who they bringing, mystery. All I know is they make a call like maybe a few hours ahead to out such and so's mother wants to come by with her son, and they want to just sit with you for a while, right?
Mm.
And it's a whole book, right? And she's like getting older, she's going to school, she's like telling about all the experience, and she don't know what's going on. She don't know who's showing up to her house until she walks out the door or walks out the kitchen with these dang samosas, right? Mystery. And she even complains about, I don't know what's going on, I'm just waiting for people to tell me when to walk in the room, that kind of thing. And so she can't take it no more. And they started to complain, oh, you 25, 26, 27, you ain't never gonna get no husband, you just take whoever, la 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 la, right? She decides to take off to Egypt and gets men just hitting on her left and right, even though she's wrapped up, she got the love in a headscarf. And but she was going with her girl or whatever, and they were just like, yeah, you can't be walking around like this in Egypt because all these men are trying to, they just collect women, wives like baseball cards or whatever. So be careful, whatever. So she goes back home, and they still trying to set her up, but the appointments are getting fewer and fewer because she's getting older, and I think she's like 30 now, and
Mm.
she's just like, just give up, just leave it alone, right? gets invited to some conference or something, standing next to some guy, just starts chatting with him. Oh, you're a Muslim, I'm a Muslim too, blah 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 blah, let's get some coffee in front of everybody, because we're both good Muslims. That's the guy she ended up marrying. So wrote a book about it. So I mean, I thought it was a great story. It was full of mystery.
Absolutely. Come on now. Hey, I would sit here for another hour listening to it. I'm a sucker for a story now. You know that? I love the story. Yeah. That makes sense though. So it's
Yep.
so it can be.
It
can
can be.
some.
And you still got to get to know that person, right? Look at what was that movie? X. What was that movie? Malcolm X movie, right?
Right.
I know it probably wasn't that fictionalized, but when he and Betty were courting, right? There was all kinds of tension up in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
You see what I mean? But was it done within bounds? They were
It was.
always
It
around
was
people.
respectful. Right.
He didn't touch her, right? All that stuff, right? Bounds, because they both knew how both of them were supposed to behave. And if either one of them stepped outside those bounds, you're not the one I'm looking for, because I want to stay in this situation that I'm in while I'm talking to you. I want to be, I'm respectable in this mosque that I like being a part of, and I'm not gonna let you mess that up.
Right.
Says both of them, So yeah, it can be done.
That's clutch that you said that. That's like a level of pride,
Right.
that
I'm
they have to
picky.
have,
Yeah. Discipline,
and
and yes, the pickings are slim, but the pickings are great too.
Yes. Say that the pickers are slim. Right.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think being with somebody who is impressionable is greater than anything else. I can't be with anybody who cannot listen or share or be challenged or any of that, because I think we learn from each other. We build and destroy within each other. You know what I'm saying? And if a person is just rigid, and I'm not moving, and I'm where I need to be, and you need to get on my level type. I ran into a lot of that, as when I was a youngin', and that just threw me off. Like, I'm not dealing with that type of spirit anymore. But everything else lined up. You grew up in the church, and there's that, and everything, and your parents is in the church, and you know how to do this. And at that time, I was in the church, so it made sense. But nah, no, it didn't. It was awful. It was awful. You see what I'm saying? No, like, so excuse the personal reference again, but the honest to God truth is, a person has got to be willing not to compromise, not in a way to, like you just said, a pride that has to be there. So, not to compromise yourself to make yourself look bad in any way, but have a willingness to say, I don't have to be so told line to this that I evaporate all the mysterious air that should naturally be there, coming to get together with somebody that if you 40 and that person is 40, that's 80 years of life.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to somehow combine that together to create something. And that's difficult. That person got their own ways, and it's hard, But going back to the question is, an hour later, game, brother, sister, who has the more difficult time?
Women.
Do you feel?
Women, because they got the most to lose.
I asked my wife earlier, she told me that it's men. because it's harder for us to stay faithful.
Oh.
And she laughed just like
I
you
like
laughed.
her
Okay,
answer.
she laughed just like she laughed just like you did. Right. That's terrible.
That's what's
That's
up.
terrible.
Hey, where's the lie? No, I think men can stay faithful. I think they can. I think that whole it's just his nature. I think that's a load. You know, men have more self-control in that. And if you can't be quote unquote monogamous, not faithful, then don't marry somebody who wants to be monogamous. Simple. You know, I mean, it seems simple to me.
You know,
right?
you can't skip over them words like that. You can't
What?
skip because he belongs to me. He is my man. He is
fine. Meanwhile, there's this gaggle of women over there that's like, ooh, look at him. I wonder if he want to come sit next to us. Us. You know. You take his hand, I'll take one hand, and you two take his feet. Right. What's she gonna be doing? Sitting there watching.
That which goes back. This is a dirty game. Sorry, it's dirty. It's dirty. And when I watched the Malcolm X movie, let me say I don't play with that movie. It's serious to me because it's one of my top 5 all time.
Ditto.
The way that they courted each other was beautiful,
wasn't it?
You know. Will you marry me? Yes. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear my answer? You see what I'm saying? Like, I could almost quote it
because
verbatim.
they knew. It's like, well, I know you don't eat
right.
pork. I know you're gonna get down with my prayer thing. You know, I know on his side. I know what's in your head because you're at all my lectures, right?
Yes,
that kind of thing.
I'm saying now, outside of destruction, when we was talking about the brothers was talking about earlier, having a structure where we have come together or be together more often.
Right.
If you're outside of a structure like they were confined inside of a structure.
Yep.
And you're out here in these streets, and Malcolm is looking like he's looking, and Betty is looking like she's looking. You know, and Angela Bassett, not only is she a Leo, she's awesome. Like, she is like the epitome of beauty in a lot of people's eyes.
She's classy too. You don't know her. You don't know nothing about her. That's what I love about her.
Brothers will be
none of
after
her
her.
business.
You hear me? They will be after her. I mean, with everything in them, they're after her. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Malcolm as well. He walk around with a bow tie or a suit every day. The brother reading the newspaper. He's sharp. You know, you've been walking all day, teaching all day. You didn't even finish your salad. You know, brother was barely eating. He was driven. You can't, you know, I'm not gonna get off the subject because I don't want to make the man a myth. But he was a man. You know, I think I want to say that I can't say that women were more respectful of themselves back then because I don't know. I just know that I like the way that Betty and he courted themselves or took care of themselves.
Right.
You know, and how she, even after they were married, how she supported him even when she didn't agree. She wasn't disagreeable. You know, I think that makes a difference too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. They got that MGT guide in the mosque.
Right.
So, and it's in there, you know, it has a big old chapter in there. Don't be no headache to your husband. For real. So, yeah. Rules.
I'm sure brothers can be headaches too. I'm sure that's not a one-way street. Sarush, you mighty quiet right now. I need you to come.
Nah, it's fine. But it's like, for me, like the conversations that I have with people, they don't like rules. Like when you ask the question like about, you know, what's going on in the street, you know, there's no structure and they call that freedom.
Mm.
So they think that they making decisions, like I did this, and without that structure, without rules, or they don't have a lot to be prideful of, you know what I mean? So trying to find something to have the pride in, collectively to share, you know what I
That's
mean?
deep. Yeah, that's deep.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
it's just,
That sounds really sad. They
yo,
just out there.
like,
That reminds me of those children, in school who they were always at home. They were always throwing parties, and they would always say, how you get to do this? My mom don't care.
mm-hmm,
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right.
mm-hmm,
that ain't cool.
right,
So you don't care about yourself. You don't have enough care about yourself to be like, this isn't I don't want to say good enough, but or I'm better than this,
mm-hmm,
Yes.
right? Just to be like, okay, these are my standards, right? These
right,
are non-negotiable, these are flexible. Instead of just flopping around and seeing where you land. I guess that's cool if you're not looking for like stability or consistency. You just want to be out there having fun. Cool. You don't need anything like this. But if you like, okay, I'm trying to partner up with somebody to build something. And if you're trying to produce more people, yeah, you might want to have some like guidelines if
mm-hmm,
you want to do it right and enjoy it. Enjoy the process, right? Because I'm just looking at the results of them following these rules, even the people who don't like those rules.
Mm-hmm.
Arranged marriages being one example,
Right.
right? If they're so terrible, why are they still around, right?
Right.
How
Right.
Japan tried to get rid of them, and the young people are trying to bring it back. They're starting to bring back matchmakers, right? We don't
Yeah.
want the online thing. We want that chick that knows everybody, because the online thing, people lie on that. The matchmaker, she's in people's faces, walking around all day. You know.
See, I don't, I don't like when we watch this. My younger sister got us watching this show called Married at First Sight, and these people just the people match them together, and they get married for like 2 months to see if they want to stay together. And to me, it's like you're cheating. It's like cheating me because you're canceling the law of attraction. Like you're not,
Right.
it's certain things that should be inside of you meeting somebody rather than that person. I'm sure in ancient societies they did it. I'm pretty sure I know how. You looking at a person's chart, you pretty much can tell
Right.
who's going
That's
to
how they
belong
did
to
it.
the
Matchmaker
course.
was an astrologer.
Absolutely,
mm-hmm.
absolutely.
Yep.
So on that hand, yes. I'm some of the people on this show. Uh, no, like nah, like, and you can tell from the results to how they start to act. Like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
not
they
it.
use algorithms and all that mess. Nah.
And how many
They
times?
using that cold technology,
Right, right. You
I'm talking
know,
about face to face and examining the heavenly
there
bodies,
you go.
you know.
And how
Because
many
I mean that
times have
matchmaker, she's trying to keep her community together, right?
exactly, exactly.
You know. And she probably known everybody she matching, she's probably known them since they were born. That kind of thing.
Make
I
a
mean, I'm
difference.
just dreaming out loud for real.
I'm just saying. Like, I
I
mean,
mean, that used to be a thing. Like there's the doctor, the barber, the midwife, the matchmaker, you know.
yeah.
So yeah.
You know what they
Actually, that
say?
was like the main character in that what was that Ashes of Love movie I was telling you about? He was in everybody business. It was dope. Yeah.
They'll listen to this, and they'll make themselves known. You know, we're
I think,
the
yeah.
Moorish matchmakers.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be ill
Dude,
right
don't tempt
there.
me.
Right, right.
Like I got enough projects going on. It's like, do I
No,
have
I
room
do
for
that.
one more?
I do that in a heartbeat
That's
right there. Absolutely.
involved.
Yeah, I do that in a
Yeah.
heartbeat. Yeah, because
Very involved project.
I mean, they got they got those things set up like you can build your own Facebook, all that stuff. I tried to make one a few years ago, but yeah, I just got so swamped with other stuff. So, but maybe now I can bring it back. It was called My Brother's Keeper. So yep, Moorish matchmaking.
How many times have you all had somebody come to you in tears and crying and hurting, you know, about a relationship matter, and you ask the person, you know, what is your sign or what was the person's sign, and they go off on you? Does that ever happen to y'all before?
Never. People don't come to me because they in tears, they running from somebody.
Okay, so now you start. There's another window, Zara. Of we like, where do you get these stories? That's the window. People have been doing that since I was 15 or 16. People have been coming to me for relationship advice before I had my first boyfriend. I mean, girlfriend ever. Ever. You said that before I was ever like in a relationship. People would be like, hey, why does your friend not? I thought that maybe. And I'll be like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really, but people have been doing that for the longest. So that's what so if I say, hey, what is your sign? Why are you asking me that? I'm telling you that the dude did me. No. What's your sign? No. What difference does that make? I ain't into all of that. So what do you use?
Why did you come to me then? You just what?
No, because to me the question is what do you use as a measurement? Your own false ego? The part of you that your false pride, the part of you that you take with you everywhere you go but really doesn't exist. It's a person that you put out front as it being you that has nothing to do with really being you because you can't see yourself.
Right.
You're being mean. You're being mean to people, showing them the fake you. And then when people start calling, the one fact that people, everybody tells you, what did Martin's mama say? I don't know if y'all used to look at Martin, forgive me. But you listen, if everybody tell you it smell like day old cabbage everywhere you go, then you know what? You're the one that smell like day old cabbage. That's how that works.
Makes sense.
If every dude you meet says that I don't do if everybody, they don't know each other, then you're the common denominator here. Maybe that's not true because I know myself. How? How do you know yourself if you've never seen a chart? And everybody got signs on every God bless their soul. Every one of my wife's cousins, all of them have their zodiac signs on their bodies at one point or another. Tattoos. If I say, what does that mean? They get offended. But you got a tattooed on you. But you know what I'm gonna shut up, but that's like a piece of. So if you ask me who has it more difficult, men or women, I'm gonna say women because I think men we find our way in and out of stuff by instinct, and we just depend more on our instinct than women do on their intuition. Wow.
Yep.
I could be wrong.
Isn't that what they always say? I knew I shouldn't have blah 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 blah. Okay. I mean, I didn't even think of that till you just said that. If only she would use her and trust her intuition because it works. Obviously it worked just fine. You just said that.
It works lovely. It's perfect.
But you gotta trust it. Listen to it.
And now when it's too late. But sometimes you wait too late. When you first get and plus, if you with somebody, it's a science to everything. If you with somebody and I know I'm not cheating, and this person has never caught me cheating before, and she keeps accusing me of cheating, then that's not my energy. That's some energy you bringing with you. either from your last relationship or that's the energy that what you doing when you're not around me. But if
Right.
I know I'm not cheating and I'm not thinking about cheating, you keep accusing me, then that's you. Wait a minute, how you thinking? That's science. What you mean?
You the
You
one
ain't get
bringing it
that
up.
energy from me.
It's on your mind. For real.
Which really what's it get down to? That's what it comes down to. And you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear nobody tell you, hey, it's you. You're the problem.
It
You
sounds like they projecting. Like how I deal with that a lot. How people make up their own perception of you, of who you are, and then when you don't
absolutely.
meet that mess, they get disappointed, and
There you
somehow
go.
it's your fault. Now they mad.
All day.
You just made up this whole life story about me before you said boo to me, you know, and I turned out to be human.
Right. Right.
Not even bad, just human, right? Like I had somebody was just shocked that I watched the Moorish show. I don't watch it anymore, but I'm like, why? I mean, you just don't you write books. What does that have to do with that? What? Oh, I get it. This is about you, but I don't even want to
What's
go
wrong
there
with the
because you
more?
ain't gonna try to hear that, huh?
What was wrong with the Maury show? Everybody's seen the Maury show.
I don't
Everybody
know.
has
I
seen
mean,
at
because
least one Maury show.
they
What
just
was
couldn't
wrong with it?
imagine me doing
You're
that.
too
It
good
was
to be
just about
watching this or
me,
something? Is that what the person was trying to say?
huh? Because I was sitting there watching it.
No, I'm saying, well, you said the person couldn't believe that you were watching it. I'm saying, well,
Yeah, it's not
oh,
the show that's the issue. It's that I was watching the show because of who they thought I was.
see, that's yeah,
I'm supposed to be this Miss. I've been called a prude before, and I'm just like, is it the head wrap? Is it that I cover up, I dress modestly? I'm not a prude. I'm not out there, but no, I'm not. I don't know what gave you that impression, but why are you upset at me because of something you assumed? I never said that. You assume. Oh no, you too pious. Who told you that? you know.
the head wrap could do it. It could do it because
Man, you'll
we're
be
not
shocked what
used
some of
to.
these chicks wearing under these burqas, for real.
But, but we're
I
not.
ain't lying. Those chicks, they go to Victoria's Secret. I'm not whatever.
That's facts.
Whatever. What I mean, people don't know it. Muslim women are some of the biggest freaks you gonna ever meet.
You got to tell me. Yeah. So I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah. I mean, not me, but still, I'm just saying. I heard some stories. I really have heard some stories. I don't know why dudes tell me. It's like, why do you think I want to hear this? But whatever.
I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary because you need to stop looking. We collectively need to stop looking at people like they just, you know. I heard Farrakhan say one day, he was like, I don't want you looking at me. So I didn't smoke the little reefer. I did this, that, and the third. I don't want you. And everybody was like, oh, not you, brother. Minister, not you. He said, I don't want you to think I didn't come up out of hell like everybody else in here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Don't put me in no box like I just jumped off the holy boat.
Right.
No, not you. No.
I just
I'm here.
descending from on high. No.
Right, yeah.
Dude married his lustrous wife because he got her pregnant. He said that. He put it out there. Like, yeah, I'm a guy. I'm just a man.
That's hard though. That's because we don't allow each other to be humans anymore, human beings anymore. That's nah. You have to be over here or over here. And that's not I don't think that's fair.
It's pretty messed up, folks holding other people to standards they don't even hold themselves to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it kind of reminds me of Tibet, how they got like a whole social class of priests. You go pray so I can act a fool.
There you
pray
go.
for the nation.
I was about to say what my best friend said all the time. He always said he's been pastoring for years. Like, man, people love compromised leadership. First of all, I need to see something about you as my leader that I know is wrong, and then secondly, I need you to understand that you're supposed to represent my righteousness. That's why when a pastor or a top pastor get caught in something, it throws the flock away because like, wait a minute, he was our righteousness. So when he does wrong, it's like all of us now. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
Like
goodness. Is
this.
this that Jesus thing? Like
Yeah,
he died for
absolutely,
our sins, so I don't
absolutely.
have to die for my own sins.
Come on,
I
and it's
never I was
amazing.
like, I don't need or want you to take responsibility for my stuff. I like the idea of being an adult, for real. I never understood the appeal of that. Why
You,
you trying to put your stuff on and he gone. He died for those people. He just dies every time you do something. I don't understand. I'm not being disrespectful. It just didn't make it. It's never made sense to me, right? It
you
really
would
hasn't.
start. You could start a lot of fights right there.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just trying to understand. I'm really come in peace. I just want to understand. Like I actually asked my second cousin, older guy, real cool guy. He's a deacon in a church, and I just asked. He used to come over after church and drink coffee with me. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really. And this is when I was this was only a few years ago. So yes, I'm fully a Moor, and he's coming over there talking to me after church. Whatever. And I asked him straight up, like the cross thing. I just don't understand how you can wear that around your neck. And he was so gentle with his answer. He was just like, well, for you know, my belief in the Christians I worship with, we see it as a sign of victory. Because yes, he
Mm.
died on the cross, but he rose again, and this is we use the cross to remember his rising again. And I respected the answer, but I'm just like, all right, you know, uh, uh, okay, I understand, but it's still where he died. But that, hey, if it works for you, that's fine, and you living in peace, so your life looks wonderful. So go with it, you know.
And then you run over to the first more that you know and say, well, if you drew a circle around that cross, it looked like it'll be the cardinal points of the
Oh,
zodiac.
dang, I should have told him that. Dang,
You see,
that's a
but
better
that's
answer. Like,
hard.
it mean this. Hey, I'm gonna
Right.
do
You know,
so. Thank
it's
you.
hard not to say that. It's hard not to say that at times. You know what I'm saying? But you have to leave. I think one of the most beautiful things you learn how to just leave people if they don't if they're not brash or like aggressive with it, I leave people be. But if you are too assertive with what you believe and you keep coming at me, then I'm going to deal with you. Like I'm gonna.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as you just hey bro, just chill. Just chill. No, run up on me like that. But yeah, that's true. I'm pretty full right now. I had a full day today.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
you know what I'm saying? And
It was satisfying. Like, dang, it was just all Moors all day.
right. And listening to um the brother Cujo L's CD or this you say what do you say? Do you say music? See, can you say CD now? You can't say CD, can you?
I don't know.
How do you say? Do you say
That's a good
download,
question.
stream? How do you say
Yeah,
it?
what is it?
His music. The other night. Yeah,
His album? I
right.
don't know.
I guess you could say album. Yeah, although album is older than CD. What do you say
Right. That's why
now?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna just put it out there though.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Thursday was that Thursday night, 11:11. That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nice too.
Yeah, he had another one tonight. Oh, kind of
Oh, for
spurred
real?
on me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see there. So thank you for saying for real, because I told him we should have done some more promotion, but whatever.
Which was hard. It was
Like,
hard.
now let's see which one gets more people to show up. The one where we gave a week's notice, or the one we gave a couple hours.
The
See,
other
I ain't
night
gonna
was
argue
cool
with you.
though.
I'm just gonna let the truth speak.
Yeah, it was pretty hard though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, get his album, CalifaMedia.com and
Yeah.
willofallah.com. He got 7 albums. and a
Word.
compilation. Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah, he's prolific and he's excellent, right? Because it's all lessons put to rhyme and
And I
with
did hear
beats.
that the other night. Like, okay, yeah, he
All
really,
lessons.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
all
he was on
lessons or
it. Yeah,
increases, not lessons.
he was dropping. He was dropping for real.
Mm,
hmm So what we looking forward to next week? We didn't discuss any astrology today, huh? We didn't get around
mm,
Full moon.
the full moon.
sure is. And it's gonna be in Taurus. Ooh, it's called the morning moon, as in
Mm,
morning is in sad. And it's gonna be at
mm.
27 degrees Taurus. So people gonna be talking about value, I guess. It's a culmination. It's like, okay, what have we determined as far as speaking about value? So yeah.
Mm.
Cause yeah, at 3:57 a.m.
When is that? What is that? That's soul?
Yeah, that's on Friday
Friday
the
night?
19th. Yep.
Okay.
Full moon in Taurus. Yep.
This month is running by pretty fast, seem like
Isn't
to
it?
me.
Like, are
Yeah,
you serious? The second week is gone already?
yeah. Yeah,
It's like,
it's
I
moving
got
pretty
time.
quick.
I guess not.
Yeah, it's moving pretty quick, for real.
Mhm. It's gonna be Saturday again before we know it. Yeah, y'all
Yes.
gonna be here, right?
Facts.
I'm
Right.
I'm um I'm telling you right now, I'm sharing with you right now that just as soon as I get on this other platform, I'm inviting y'all on the show. So don't be
Islam,
surprised.
dude.
Yeah, for real, because
Big gratitude.
y'all have a lot to share, and once again, I'm privileged. I'm very thankful to be here and to feel comfortable to come and share every week. You know what I'm saying? Today has been a real enriching day. It
It
really has.
has. It
Yeah,
has.
you know,
I keep thinking of that prophecies. More should live close, live near each other.
yeah,
Like, well,
yeah,
this is getting there. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
feel like it. Shoot.
I
Like, this
listened
how
to
we
this
supposed to be
lady.
doing temple too. How you go to temple on Friday.
Mm,
You have a Moorish marketplace or just have a meeting up on Saturday at the temple, and then Sunday school on Sunday.
mm,
We supposed to be spending the whole weekend together.
that's awesome.
Yep. So we can
That's
go out
awesome.
and deal with this fraudulent madness. Everybody calling themselves all these crazy colors and whatnot. Trying to hold on. Everybody fighting over our stuff. Man. So, yeah.
I think the brother said earlier. He said I can't get out of my ways from the 5%, and I did a lot of studying. You know what I'm saying, around, especially when I was in college. But I noticed that sometimes even when brothers hear the truth, it's hard for them to move off of where they were. It's almost like a gang mentality sometimes. Like I'm stuck
Right.
here. And for me to acknowledge that I need to go here is to say that they were always right or they had another degree of knowledge that I needed. When in fact,
Right.
if we would just move humbly from the beginning, you wouldn't have no problem. Just say you don't know everything and just deal with every school that you can.
Right.
It's a lot of knowledge out there. It's a lot of it, you know. But I
They'll get
did.
they'll
Go ahead.
get it.
Yeah.
But hopefully they don't get it too soon. Cause I'm just like, I think about another prophecy. I can't wake you all up at once because you might tear something up. Can you imagine if all the Moors realized what was going on at the same time? You know,
Yeah.
and they just know they're Moors and they know they've been screwed all this time. They don't have any of the any of the experience of like exercising balance and maintaining their square. They just know they Moors, right? So it's just like, well, they have to get it. It's only two choices at this point: either recognize or perish.
We were talking when brothers was talking earlier. They kept talking about drawing the sword or the scimitar or whatever. Giving us that word, but
Scimitar.
Scimitar. Thank you. I don't want to have
Yeah.
a problem with that word. It's funny because when I talk to my mother or any woman that has a pretty good degree of knowledge, when it comes to serving justice and getting like what you deserve, women don't play with that. Like a lot of times, and please, I want to make this sound general. I'm not, because I don't mean it like that. But sometimes it seems like a brother would be like, just, all right, I'm where I need to be now. Let him, it's fine. I don't got to deal with him no more. It's like, nah, he need his whooping first. Like, no, he needs. So my mother, when it comes down to studying problems, like she wants them to get it. You hear me? When you was talking about that earlier, when you was reading, like, no, I want them to get. I want to watch them get it back. I want to watch them. That's right. Give me that and that, and you roll me this, and then I want all. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want all of it.
Yep, I gotta make sure, right? Like, no, it's over. Let it go. I gotta make sure it's over, right? And go make sure you can't move or sit down for a minute.
It would be nice to look at their faces, but I feel like some of them already know. I think they already. It's just like we were just hanging on as long as we could. We knew it was up. We could see the signs. We hid it as long as we could. But it was gonna
They
happen.
didn't hide it that well. I mean, Chicago, Minnesota, Arizona. I mean, it's been in our face the whole time. Minnetonka, that don't sound British to me. For real. Because they haven't even been. That should tell you how long they've been over here doing this stuff, right? You haven't been able to hide all the names because you haven't been over here long enough to erase all the memories. Yes. It's crazy, right? How they just try to make themselves sound so impressive. It's like, nope, we were impressive. We were there for 700 years. Your stuff really has never been established or at peace because you've been at war the whole time.
The whole time.
And we never invited other people into your land. Never. And what y'all do, you shipping them in just to make sure we can't get no foothold. Because did you notice the timing when they shipped all those folks in, the immigrants? Right after slavery. Mm-hmm. Right? So I don't want to hire you. I don't want to pay you. So I'm going to ship in all these criminals, all these folks running from something. Look at most immigrant stories. They were all running from something.
Yep.
Right?
That's what Elijah Muhammad always said. This is like the habitation of devils from every other part of the planet. Like, just bring them in and let them run wild.
She's dumping all that crap in our land. And it's like, this is what you get. And they're going to all turn on you in a minute, So.
They definitely going at themselves. They definitely, I was talking to a friend of mine. He was talking about, man, these Democrats and these Republicans. And I started saying, man, what side you fighting for? Because you don't have no dog in this hunt. With these so-called white people doing right now, you don't have nothing to do with what they working with. Nothing. You don't have no. You just want to hate somebody. Biden or Trump. What difference does it make? They ain't got nothing to do with you.
Yeah, I don't care if it don't matter what party they all need to leave.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody needs to go home. That's my opinion.
I
don't even want to be like, we'll just let them pay us taxes. No, get out, because I don't trust none of y'all. Get out, because you are all Confederate. I love that passage in the Bible. They're all Confederate against us. Yep. Get out. Go back to your own spot. You got somewhere to be. I want to be somewhere with just my people.
Right.
For real.
Would be nice.
I don't even think that's asking for much. Everybody else has it, right? And every time we set something up, here come everybody. Oh, but we're the mothers and the fathers of civilization. Don't mom and dad have their own room usually? And they close the door and just enjoy each other's company?
They can't
It's
be around.
needed. It
They
really is needed.
cannot not be around us. They can't. Wherever you gather, they coming. They're coming because they want to see what you're doing. If the three of us were standing outside in a parking lot right now, people would start to get, what are they talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do anything without them trying to figure out, are they plotting or something? Well, no, we just talk. We
I
all
don't know
talk
if it's
about.
that they think us we plotting, they trying to steal whatever we coming up with. They know we brilliant.
Yeah,
It's like
that's true.
what can we exploit from them? You know?
Yeah.
That's what it always is, right? I'm not
You
trying to
dropped
become
that Jew
materialistic, but these
earlier.
folks are pushing me there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll take you out for a coffee. I'd love to pick your brain. Oh, that's cool. I want a $300 cup of coffee because that's how much it's gonna cost for me to sit there with you.
I'm glad you.
I don't know who
brought
you
that up.
think this is. I'm not black. I'm sorry. No, you're sorry.
I'm
That's
glad you brought
offensive.
that
You
up.
would pay anybody else, you're gonna pay me.
What kind of coffee do you like to drink?
Me?
Yes, absolutely.
Cafe Bustelo.
Okay. Is that Starbucks or something?
Cafe Bustelo?
Yeah.
No, that's like some old cheap Mexican coffee. What?
What?
But it's fire.
You
My
mentioned your
second choice
coffee.
is Circle K coffee.
The only other person, the only two people that I know, other two people that I know that love to drink coffee is Brother Farad, who comes on here, and my other brother Billy. Like, just love coffee, and you always
Oh, I
mention it.
love
Like, she
coffee.
must love her
I love
coffee,
coffee.
yo.
I
Yeah,
eat
okay.
coffee ice cream. I love it. Shoot.
What
I
is
don't need
that day
I
or
don't
night?
drink hot cocoa. I put hot cocoa in my coffee. So yeah.
Mm.
I use instant breakfast in my coffee. I might have a problem. I'm drinking a cup of coffee right now. Shoot.
I was about to say, you drink it at night too? Word.
Yeah. But I mean, I stay up because I do the mom thing all day. So I got to stay up all night and work.
To do the work.
You know how you
Thank
said,
you
how does
again.
Brother Farad find the energy? Hey, I understand. It's that Mars because mine is charged up too.
Listen.
Sometimes I wonder, it's like, I don't know if this is safe. I mean, I can just keep going. It's like you just running the car. It's like, I know I should have stopped for gas a minute ago. And things still going.
Sister Zara, if you were anywhere close or how hard as he does, I don't know how he finds the energy. Like, I don't, yeah. I don't know. I don't, yeah. If you anything close to that, yeah, you definitely off some. Because his son told me he got some kind of stuff you get from the Jamaicans. And he said he drank some of it one time, and like
He
he wanted to work.
chemically
He worked
enhanced.
like 7 to 8 jobs. Like, I was ready to go just work for about
Oh,
3-4
snap.
days. Yeah, yeah. And I was just like, hey, I don't know nothing about it.
He said
Yeah,
from the Jamaicans.
yeah.
Didn't
I
there used to be
forgot
a
the
skit?
name of
Hey,
it. You
man,
get
it's
it
time to go to
online.
work.
You get it online. I forgot the name of the place, but he was just like, he don't drink nothing but that. Just a little small cup of it, and just that's scary to me. Yo. Like, I
Yeah,
need
I'm
my body
good.
to shut down at a certain time. Like, okay, it's time to go ahead and recharge a little bit. But yeah. So what about next week, y'all? What we want to talk about?
Shoot, I want to do a movie.
All right, I'm with it.
Well, I want to do something like this esoteric. I'm wondering if that new Dune movie is out now, or even the old. That's so long. Never mind. That movie too dang long.
What movie you talking about?
Dune.
Dune?
Yeah.
I ain't heard of that.
Oh, what? You never heard of Dune? Oh, man, if you could get a hold of it, there's this dope Japanese movie called On Myoji. And oh my goodness. It's going, I swear, I can just say it's got Moorish science all through it. Because it's just 5 pointed stars all through it. They wearing fezzes, all this stuff. And I got the movie years ago before I even heard about Moorish science. And what was that, like? Yeah, about 20 years ago I watched it, and then I'm like, oh, I remember that movie. and I went and bought the box set, and I'm watching it with Moorish eyes, and I'm just like, are you serious? You know. Oh, another one is on Myoji is good. Yeah. Start examining some stuff through Moorish eyes. You know. And it's got the astrology up in there too, because the relationship of the two main characters is centered around the conjoining of two stars. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Might be kind of hard to get. On me OG. ONMY. On me OG. With what's his name? Mansai Nomura. Mansai Nomura. Yeah. On Myoji. So yeah. I'll probably send y'all a link to it. Shoot, I might burn it and put it online somewhere and make it a private video. So yeah.
So you're very good with that tech stuff. You're good with the technical stuff.
Now I am.
A Gemini
I took
somewhere
advantage of the astrology. All this stuff I'm doing, I just learned it this year. So like, well, it's a portal open. That's where I got to start focusing, and it worked. You know. So Mars moving through my 5th house, or not Mars, Saturn in Aquarius is moving through my 5th house. So get to work creatively. We got a bubble. Dope.
So just out of curiosity, what's your thoughts on Malachi Z. York?
I think he got railroaded. Yeah. Because he was doing something and he got too close and they had to take him down. Right. And I know the story about what happened to him and how he ended up with an attorney. You know, he got railroaded.
Well, yeah. I know for me, I've read plenty of his books. He's blessed me mentally over and over again. His case and all that. I try not to get into it, but he has plenty of books that I've read. Yeah.
Well, if y'all could get copies of them to me, actually was one of my projects. Brother Cujo had an extra copy of his Quran, Malachi Z. York's Quran, and I have a Cricut machine, so I'm about to reproduce this. My intention is to reproduce his Quran and send him all the proceeds, so he can at least be comfortable where he is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, and then folks can stop selling this mug for $900. That kind of
he get paid off, yeah.
And whoever's waiting to join, we've been on here for 1 hour and 42 minutes, and we actually got to wrap up because I got stuff to do. I really do. In fact, snap! I just uploaded the video from last week, and I got to go do the video for the parts of publishing thing. So yeah, along with designing a pen that might become a coat of arms, good stuff. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, catch up with us next week for real, because
it's been great.
Yes, another great one.
It's been great. It's been great as always.
Always.
Next week is week 9. Giving
birth week 9.
Being born. Yeah.
Week 9. So yeah. And you coming with the wait, one more bubble.
I got it.
He most definitely got railroaded. But outside of charges and everything, just the knowledge that he brought, that was amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we need to get it back. Yeah, absolutely. Tablets. I've had the privilege of holding a couple copies in my hand. It's like, that's messed up. That shouldn't be a collector's item. It really shouldn't. We have a means to reproduce that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they'll put it out there. I'm just gonna wait for it to show up because I know it will.
I got something going back to when he was Imam Isa in the Ansars back in the day. I have old tablets of him from back in the day. But he was awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Guys, y'all ready to close out?
Yes. Go ahead, we're ready.
All right. So thank you for joining us on Talk to Me Moorish. And I think I'm just going to change it to Talk Moorish.
All
The
right.
Moorish talk. Talk
All right.
Moorish. There you go. Keep it short. This has been Sister Zarabe, Brother Abir Chanan L, and Brother Sarush L. You can contact us by going to califamedia.com, 43rdbooks.com, that's 43rdbooks.com, and madebysarush.com. Have a safe and prosperous week, and we'll see you on the night chat. That's what's up.
All right.
All right, peace.
Peace and love, y'all. Y'all take
Y'all
care.
be cool.
All
Peace,
right.
peace.
All right.
Peace.